So tonight, we proudly present writer, producer, engineer, vocalist, and gifted instrumentalist Tret Fure. The musical career of Tret Fure has spanned 5 decades. Tret began her career at the age of 16, singing in coffee houses and campuses in the Midwest. At 19, she moved to Los Angeles in the hopes of obtaining a record deal. Within a year, she was performing as guitarist and vocalist for Spencer Davis, touring with him and penning the single for his album, Mousetrap. She went on to record her own album in 1973. With the success of that release, she opened for such bands as Yes, Poco, and the Jay Giles Band. In the early 80s, Tret moved to the independent side of the industry, discovering the blossoming genre known as women's music. She recorded with and produced some women's music, including Meg and Chris at Carnegie Hall, and she also worked as a duo with Chris Williamson throughout the 1990s, producing and engineering and releasing 3 CDs together. A prolific artist in the contemporary singer-songwriter arena, Tret Fure has released 16 albums and CDs over the course 18! Wow, your website is wrong. Well, there was one of the others. It says 18. She's released 3 since she's been here last. So, anyways, it released 18 albums and CDs over the course of her extensive career. In addition to being a songwriter, Tret has engineered and produced recordings by a variety of artists, as well as her own work. In 2022, she was a finalist in the USA Songwriting Competition, and in 2023, Tret was awarded the Phil Ox Award in recognition of her music and her activism for social and political justice. And we're really happy to have her back here for the 4th time.
Start with a sing-along. I'm going to do a short first set for you, and then we'll take a short break, and I'll come back with another short set. That'll be our night. I know a lot of you have marched today, and I appreciate you taking a nap and coming out tonight. We're going to start with a sing-along. I do this at every show. I like everyone to join me on the first song. So the words of the chorus are: raise your voice so high like it's a piece of the sky. Let it rain down around you, let it rain. Raise your voice so high like it's a piece of the sky. Let it rain down around us all. I walk out onto the moon as I gaze upon this big round night. And I wonder, as I always do, how the sun can make the moon seem so bright. 'Cause it's a mystery to me, and it's a mystery to others I can see. And it's a reflection of our bodies, of our souls, of our hearts, of our hearts. And I walk along the Nolan Trail as it winds along the river to the sea. And I marvel at the water as it runs so deep beneath my feet. 'Cause it's a mystery to me, and it's a mystery to others I can see. And it's a reflection of our bodies, of our souls, of our hearts, of our hearts. Raise your voice so high like it's a piece of the sky. Let it rain down around you, let it rain. Raise your voice so high like it's a piece of the sky. Let it rain down around us all. Ooh, ooh. And I stand out in the morning sun, and I can feel the warmth of springtime return. And I thank my angels for another run where I can touch the earth and taste the burn, 'cause it's a mystery to me, and it's a mystery to others I can see, and it's a reflection of our bodies, of our souls, of our hearts, of our hearts. Raise your voice so high, like it's a piece of the sky. Let it rain down around you, let it rain. Raise your voice so high, like it's a piece of the sky. Let it rain down around us all. Sing with me. Raise your voice so high, like it's a piece of the sky. Let it rain down around you, let it rain. Raise your voice so high, like it's a piece of the sky. Let it rain down around us all. One more time. Raise your voice so high, like it's a piece of the sky. Let it rain down around you, let it rain. Raise your voice so high, like it's a piece of the sky. Let it rain down around us all. Let it rain down around us all. Let it rain down around us all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm very happy to be back. I didn't realize 2017 was the last time I was here. So it's about time. And as Cindy mentioned, I've released 3 albums since then, 18 albums altogether. And I say albums because I precede CDs by decades, as do many of you. So this song, I wished that I didn't have to keep performing. I was so willing to put this song away. But I can't. Not until they give the control of women's bodies back to women. It's my body. It's my life. It's my choice on my own time. It wasn't for you to ever decide. 'Cause here we are now in the great backslide. These are my hands, strong and fine, and they've carried me through all these times. Whether in prayer or holding the line, they can't be tied to the great backslide. Don't presume you have an answer. In my world, you're not a dancer. You see things in black and white. Mostly white, mostly white, so sure you're right. These are my hopes, these are my dreams. Through all these times, they've carried me. Whether in solitude or side by side, we can't succumb to backslide. Don't presume you have an answer, 'cause in my world you're not a dancer. You see things in black and white, but mostly white, mostly white. So sure, you're right. It's my body, it's my right, it's my choice on my own time. It wasn't for you to ever decide. 'Cause here we are now in the great backslide, whether in solitude or side by side, we can't succumb to the great backslide. Thank you. That's why we're out marching and rallying. It was wonderful to be out there this morning. Last fall I was in Kalamazoo, so I got to march with the Kalamazoo people. So what's the joy of my work? I can see people all over and watch us make change, because we will make change. So this is the title song of my most recent CD. Came out in 2023. And I thought I had all the songs for my album when I was sitting on the couch watching a movie on Netflix, which I do a lot since COVID. And I was watching this beautiful movie called Jasmine's Blues. Highly recommended. It's a trying movie. It's about it takes place in World War II. And it's about a young black man, young jazz singer, who's in love with a light-skinned woman. And her mother does not want her daughter dating him because she wants her daughter to pass. And this is very common in World War II. So he was run out of town and he ended up in Chicago singing in the jazz clubs up there. It's a remarkable love story, a difficult love story. But early in the movie, he narrates it as an older man. And early in the movie, there's a scene of him running through a field of lavender. And he picks a bouquet to bring back to his love. And as he's walking back, he says, "I will always remember the smell of lavender in the moonshine." I heard lavender moonshine, and I thought, cool, I'm going to write a song about lavender moonshine. So I did. Now, there is a lavender moonshine, I found out. I was going to buy a bottle for my CD release party, but they wouldn't ship it interstate. I have since learned that it's a company called Shine Girl, the only company that makes lavender moonshine. And I've since learned that it is owned by Dolly Parton's niece. So I'm going to Tennessee and get a bottle of lavender moonshine. Have you ever stayed up late at night, staring at the sky, thinking about who is born right now and who's afraid to die? It's a circle of life surrounding you that makes you feel so fine as you taste the cool, cool waters and the lavender moonshine. It's a hard, hard road that's held you since as long as you recall, playing every bar and club and sometimes a great hall. But the thing that keeps you moving, the thing that is so fine, is a taste of those cool waters and the lavender moonshine. Walk along the boardwalk, breathe the salty air, thank the heavens for all you have and the ones for whom you care, and sit beside beside a stranger, sit beside a friend, and always keep an open heart. It'll help you in the end. Well, it's a bitter root you taste sometime, no sweet can ever quell. And once you bite right through that trace, you sense a deeper spell. 'Cause everything you go through and every spool you wind is in the taste of those cool waters and the lavender moonshine. Walk along the boardwalk, breathe the salty air. Thank the heavens for all you have and the ones for whom you care. And sit beside a stranger, sit beside a friend, and always keep an open heart. It'll help you in the end. Oh, the heart's deep longing is in everything we know. We scratch along the surface and we shovel through the snow. And all the while we're searching for the reasons that we're here. And it's clear that love is what we're looking for. Love is how we see. Love is in our fear and in our ecstasy. Love's the sweetest kiss goodnight. Love's the axe we grind. It's in the taste of those cool waters and the lavender moonshine. Walk along the boardwalk, breathe the salty air. The heavens for all you have and the ones for whom you care. And sit beside a stranger, sit beside a friend, and always keep an open heart. It'll help you in the end. Sit beside a stranger if it makes you feel so fine, and share that cool, cool water and the lavender moonshine. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, the next song is the title song of my 2021 album, which was my pandemic album. We all had them. There was nothing else to do but write songs. And I was lucky to actually go into a studio to record my album. A lot of people had to just work at home. A lot of interesting things came out of COVID. The most interesting to me is live stream shows. We were able to keep making music through it all. And I still do live stream shows because it's important. I have a lot of audience members that don't drive at night. I don't drive at night. Or that are physically unable to attend shows. So I keep doing them. It was one of the best things that came out of COVID. But I was able to go into a studio because it had 3 recording rooms. I could put a drummer in one room. I could be in one room. The bass player could be in a room. And we could all get in this control room together because it was big enough. We could be in there with masks. So I'm very proud of this album that came out of difficult times. And this is the title song. It's a song I call an autobiographical look at love through the lens of time. And it touches on 3 of the most important relationships in my life. My 20-year personal and professional relationship with Chris Williamson, my 10-year relationship with a woman in Madison, Wisconsin, and my beautiful marriage to my wife, Lauren. Stone by stone. I had a life, it seemed so beautiful. I had a home, it was quite large. There were 2 horses and a studio, a great big fireplace, and I built the barn. 7 acres in the country. In 93, my mother died. For 7 years, somewhat numbly, we walked the pasture stride by stride. It is amazing that life continues, and stone by stone we move along. I have a new life, it too is beautiful, and I keep the old inside my songs. I had a life, I lived in Madison, I had a home, and it was small, but it was cozy. It had a lot of sun, and I raked the leaves come every fall. For 10 good years it felt like home, until our lost love left me cold. I shoveled snow and did it all alone, and I kept my chin up, both brave and bold. It is amazing that life continues, and stone by stone we move along. I have a new life, it too is beautiful, and I keep the old inside my songs. Now I have a life near the ocean. I've traveled far for another shot, and I have children and great commotion, and a wife, who would have thought? In all my years, in all these miles, in all the shoes that I have worn, there is renewal once in a while. We die a little to be reborn. It is amazing how life continues, and stone by stone we move along. I have a new life, it too is beautiful, and I keep the old inside my songs. Thank you. Thank you. Some people get it right the first time. Some of us need a lot of practice. I was one of those. Not too much practice. I'm always in it for the long haul. Not the U-Haul, the long haul. But there are so many lessons to be learned through life. Something's going on here. It's humid. My guitar's not happy. Yeah, so always lessons to be learned. I regret none of the steps I've taken in my life because it's gotten me to where I am now, which is the happiest I've ever been. And I even have a grandchild now, so that's a wonderful thing. Life is a journey. But the biggest and most important lesson, I think, is a lesson of forgiveness, and that's the hardest one of all. I watched you walk away. I watched us fall apart, and I wondered how I'd get through it, and how I'd ever regain my heart. But the sun still shines, the rain still falls, the moon comes out, and the birds still call, and forgiveness is a powerful thing. I can still hear those words, sense the pain in my heart, but I don't lie awake any longer, wondering how it all came apart. 'Cause the sun still shines, the rain still falls, the moon comes out, and the birds still call, and forgiveness is a powerful thing. And I wish you the best, I wish you so well. I hope you never ever have to go through that hell. But the beautiful thing is that hell isn't real. It's when you're caught between the prayer and the wheel. And because I let you go, my stilled heart started anew. And because I didn't let my sorrow linger, I found a whole new world and a love so true. 'Cause the sun still shines, the rain still falls, the moon comes out, and the birds still call, and forgiveness is a powerful thing. And I wish you the best, I wish you so well, and I hope you never ever have to go through that hell. But the beautiful thing is that hell isn't real. It's when you're caught between the prayer and the wheel. The sun still shines, the rain still falls, the moon comes out, and the birds still call, and forgiveness is a powerful thing. Thank you. I'm going to do one more song and then we'll take a break, a short break, because I want to make sure you all have an opportunity to shop. It's an important part of the concert experience. And I have all the CDs that are currently in print, of course, quite a few back there. My latest, pretty much everything, including a 4-CD compilation that is called The Early Years. I also call it The Mullet Years. It's The Mullet Years. It starts with my very first album, which came out in 1973 and was produced by the late, great Lowell George of Little Feat fame. It's a wonderful honor. And then the 3 pop folk pop rock albums I did in the 80s and 1990. Those are the bullet years. So that's available. And I have a placard about my Patreon page, because Patreon has kept so many musicians alive and continue to. Because we don't have the same amount of work that we used to. A lot of venues closed. But so come see me. Check it out. I'm back there by the window, sort of near the window. So when you get your next drink or whatever, come see me too. And then I'll be back with another set. So this is also off the new CD. It almost didn't make it because I thought it was a little too pandemic related. It's a pandemic love song. But people love this song, so it's on the album. It's called Peanut Butter Toast. Well, the side door opens and you walk inside. You say, hey, baby, what you doing? You've been in so many meetings that you're bleary-eyed. I say, hey, baby, how you doing? It's cold out there, won't you come to me? I'll hold you till you're warm in the center. I'll hold you all through the winter. It's been the longest year that has ever come. I say, hey, baby, don't you think it? 12 months and counting and we're still not done. I say, hey, baby, don't you think it? I went down to the corner just to get away, but I ran right back to your embrace. I had to see that smile on your face. So give me a little of your coffee, give me a little of your time. Make me some toast in the morning, put a little peanut butter on one side, and I'll give you a little of my love, and I'll give you even more of my heart. Make sure that you write me a letter when we next find ourselves apart, 'cause I don't ever want to lose your love. Well, how about we go down to the sushi bar? I say, hey, baby, wanna do it? Put on a sweater and get in the car. I say, hey, baby, wanna do it? We can sit at the counter where there's no one else and have a little bit of private conversation, the closest thing to a vacation. So give me a little of your coffee, give me a little of your time. Make me some toast in the morning, put a little peanut butter on one side, and I'll give you a little of my love, and I'll give you even more of my heart. Make sure that you write me a letter when we next find ourselves apart, 'cause I don't ever want to lose your love. Well, every day feels the same, even though every day is new. You and I are the lucky ones. You've got me and I've got you. Pretty soon we'll be swimming in the deep blue sea. I say, hey, baby, can you feel it? Take off your mask and jump in with me. I say, hey, baby, can you feel it? We'll remember those days, we'll remember these nights, because we never really want to forget. It's brought us closer together, you bet. So give me a little of your coffee, give me a little of your time. Make me some toast in the morning, put a little peanut butter on one side, and I'll give you a little of my love, and I'll give you even more of my heart. Make sure that you write me a letter when we next find ourselves apart, 'cause I don't ever want to lose your love. No, I don't ever want to lose your love. Thank you. So this is a new song, which, well, for a lot of you, they're all new songs, of course. But I teach, one of the other things I do is I teach songwriting and guitar in workshops and individually. And the class I've been teaching the longest has been going on for 15 years. I teach on Whidbey Island off of the coast of Seattle. And the same people come every year, which is a great honor to me, but it means I have to work really hard because I can't rest on my laurels. And we always start the workshop by writing a song together, a group song. I come with a chorus and a verse, and then I put people in groups and they write other verses. 2 years ago, I wanted to write a song about hope because we had hope 2 years ago. We thought things were going to change. So we wrote this beautiful song, and then I taught another workshop in Nova Scotia just 2 weeks later, and we wrote different people, we wrote a different version. So I put the best lines together, and I performed the song right up to the election. And then I had to put it away. But I thought it was too good to put down, so I rewrote it one more time. And the main line, the first line is, we've got hope in our hearts, excuse me, so let's lay our burdens down. Well, I changed it to, we've got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. And that's what we're doing by getting out on the street with our signs and with our voices. And we got to keep doing that. So this is call and response, and also you sing with me. It goes, we got hope in our hearts. So let's lay our bodies down. Yeah, we sing that together, and I'll sing. We got new blood running in our veins. So let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope in our hearts as we lay our bodies down. Here we go. We got hope in our hearts, so let's lay our bodies down. We got new blood running in our veins, so let's lay our bodies down. Rage is rolling through all of our brains, bringing us together so we can reclaim the hope in our hearts as we lay our bodies down. Let's put our heads together, march keep singing. Yep. What a nightmare we're living through. Well, this next song is a song I wrote for my dad. It's a song I do in every show to honor my father. I was fortunate to have a wonderful dad, kind and gentle man. He lived to be 99. Beautiful, generous, gentle man. You could talk to him just about anything, with anything, except politics. He was of that age. So. He lived for sports. He was one of 11 children, 5 brothers and 5 sisters. And he was the 8th child, and he was the first to go all the way through school. And he loved baseball. So he played baseball through junior high, through high school, through college. Then he became a history teacher and a coach. And we were living in Iowa. He coached football, basketball, baseball. He coached girls basketball, because in Iowa, back in those days, girls basketball was all the rage. Of course, it was half court. You could only dribble 3 times. You come a little bit farther. Now women's basketball is all the rage, which is wonderful. Anyway, he had to leave the teaching profession, and he became a salesman, so he joined the City League. And he played in the City League until he couldn't play anymore. When he couldn't play anymore, he became an umpire. And when he couldn't ump anymore, he took up golf, because that's what you do. He retired early so he could play golf full time. And he played golf till he was 98 years old. The only reason he quit was because he had the shingles so badly that he couldn't, it was too painful to play. Because he would have played right up to the very end. And he might have lived longer. Now the interesting thing is that my dad, in his late 70s, he lost his central vision to ischemic neuropathy. But it didn't stop him from playing golf. He's Norwegian. Norwegians don't stop anything unless they have to. And after he lost his vision, he learned how to play golf with his peripheral vision. And he had 6 holes in 1 after he went blind. Norwegian, I'm telling you. Now, Norwegians are also very competitive. And my dad loved to win. And he played tournaments into his 90s. And he'd have a caddy, and the caddy would say, "Cap, aim for that tree over there." And my dad would go, "That one?" And he'd go right to it. Unbelievable. But he loved to win, and when he would beat you, he would walk up to you. He would look you in the eye as best he could. He would shake your hand, and he would say, "Good game. You know I'm legally blind." That's my dad. My daddy was so cool. First in the family to high school. He'd never rest till he aced his tests. Baseball was his golden rule. My father loved the game. Big town hero with small town fame. He'd block the plate, seal the runner's fate. Baseball was his middle name. Keep your eye on the ball. Keep your feet firmly planted. Take that swing when the pitch feels right. Trust your instincts, trust your truth. Hit that ball just like Babe Ruth. My father taught us lessons from home plate. My daddy was so neat, and his temperament was soft and sweet. A boy well groomed, the girls would swoon. His dapper ways and dancing feet. Out in the Chevrolet, off to the dancing band would play. He'd spin and twirl those pretty girls, and he'd dance a swing to the light of day. firmly planted. Take that dance when the song feels right. Trust your instincts, trust the air. Swing that date like Fred Astaire. My father taught us lessons from home plate. And his golf game is still fine. 6 holes and 1 since he's gone blind. 18 holes, 98 years old. Sound of body, sound of mind. Keep your eye on the ball. Keep your feet firmly planted. Take that swing when the wind feels right. Trust your instincts, trust your creed. Hit that ball like old Sam Snead. My father taught us lessons from home plate. My father taught us lessons from home plate. My father taught us lessons from home plate. Thank you. Thank you. So I wrote that for my dad's 98th birthday. And we all gathered in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin to celebrate his years. And I played him the song when we were sitting at the kitchen table. And then he put his hearing aids and I played it again. And he said to me, you know, they used to call me Fred Astaire. And I did not know that. It's one of those beautiful moments of synchronicity. So in 2018, in his 99th year, he had been living with shingles for a year and a half. And he had had shingles in his 50s, and he thought he didn't have to worry about it anymore. When his wife got the Shingrix, he didn't. He said, I've already had it. That was his mistake. So in his 99th year, in July, he was just not feeling right. Something else had to be going on. Something was wrong with his gut. So he went to the doctor, and he never came home. They discovered that the colon cancer that he had beat 30 years prior had returned. And they wanted to treat him. And he said, no, I'm 99 years old. I've lived a beautiful life. I've had 2 beautiful marriages. I'm ready to go. So they moved him from rehab to hospice. And I went to see him in August. I spent a week with him. We played a lot of cribbage. We watched a lot of sports. I took him out to lunch. He had some good days and some bad days. And after a week, I had to leave. I had to get back on the road. And I knew I wouldn't see him again. I didn't think he'd last the month. Nobody did. But he rallied. And he rallied because his beloved Brewers were going to be in the playoffs. And the Packers had a chance at the Super Bowl. He wasn't going anywhere. Now, the Packers lost in a wild card game, but the Brewers went 7 games against the Dodgers, and he watched every game. So he lived, months after. He'd watch every game in his wheelchair, looking up at the TV that was suspended from the ceiling, a big smile on his face, till the final game when he couldn't lift his head anymore. And my stepsister gave him a play-by-play of that last game. And every time she'd mention a player, he would give her this entire statistical history of that player. And not just the Brewers, the Dodgers, every golfer, every baseball player, every football player. He had a mind like a steel trap when it came to sports. So he watched that last game, and when they lost to the Dodgers in that last game, he said, it's time to go. He said, the Lord has finished my mansion in the sky. 36-hole golf course, but that's just me. Just one more game before I go. Just one more chance to see a home run from my favorite team, my favorite game. Before I board the one-way train across that great divide. I know I'm walking the thinnest line. The doctor told me I had little time. At 99, it's fine to be on my way. But all I ask for is one more game. I can't wait to hear the play-by-play as I awaken grateful every day. And I remember every player's name. But all I ask for is one more game. Just one more game before I go. Just one more chance to see a home run from my favorite team, my favorite game. Before I board the one-way train across that great divide. Score by score and pitch by pitch, a right field catch from a home run hit, crack of the bat and the ball in play. Oh, how I loved that one more game. I got my father's cap, his cribbage board, favorite memory of a great golf score, his joy in the game and his competitive streak, and a love that runs so deep. So just one more game before he goes. Just one more chance to see a home run from his favorite team, his favorite game. Before he boards the one-way train across that great divide. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I picked the right week to be down here. The weather has been beautiful. It feels like summer. Well, summer where I grew up. I grew up in northern Michigan. I grew up in the Midwest, Iowa, Illinois, and northern Michigan. In Iowa and Illinois, this would be summer weather. In upper Michigan, August would be summer weather. Of course, things are changing, as we know. But I spent the years 7 to 11 in Libertyville, Illinois, which is north of Chicago. And I used to love summers because we would catch fireflies, lightning bugs. It's a great memory. And then I moved to Marquette, and it was too cold for fireflies. Then I moved to the West Coast, to LA, for 17 years, and it was too dry. Then I moved to Oregon, and it was too wet and too cold. So I moved back to the Midwest, to Madison, and when I saw my first lightning bug, it just brought back this flood of memories. So So this song is about growing up on that street. It was a one-block street called Elm Court. Of course, there's no more elms. They were all destroyed by the Dutch elm disease. But it was a magical time. It was a one-block street. It wasn't a dead end, but it wasn't really a pass-through. So we could play in the street as kids. And we had an empty lot. So we could play baseball and football. There were 30 kids on this one block. 28 boys. 3 of whom were my brothers. Has a lot to do with how I walk this earth. There was one other girl, but we didn't like each other. We did not get along. We would fight. And besides, at 20, I was going to play with the boys. But I will always remember this one girl, because I remember one time I had this wart on my knee that I could not get rid of. And we got into a scratching fight. And she scratched off my wart. And it never came back. So I will always remember Linda Burns. We caught lightning bugs, put them in a jar, poked a few holes in the lid, took them to the yard, watched them through the glass the way they glow. That was summer to me, under the big elm trees. That was summer to me. Standing in the moonlight, feeling the breeze, playing kick the can out in the streets. We rode our bikes hard till we had to come in. And that was summer to me, under the big elm trees. That was summer to me. And we slept with all the windows wide, trying to stay cool. The nights were hot and sticky, and the days spent at the pool. And I could hear my mom and dad with the TV turned way down, but the feel of the sheets and the sweat on my brow are all that I am left with right now. We listened to the Cubbies on the radio waves, trying to hit a home run, playing against the Braves when they were in Milwaukee, and that was long ago. But that was summer to me, under the big elm trees. That was summer to me. And we slept with all the windows wide, trying to stay cool. The nights were hot and sticky, and the days spent at the pool. And I could hear my mom and dad with the TV turned way down, but the feel of the sheets and the sweat on my brow are all that I am left with right now. Are all that I am left with right now. Right now. All that I am left with right now. Yeah, all that I am left with right now. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I am known for my wedding songs. I've written a lot of wedding songs. I mean, I write a lot of love songs, but in particular. It all started when my nephew Austin asked me to write a song for his first wedding. And I did. And it became a classic, the wedding song. Then he asked me to write a song for his second wedding. And I did. And then he texted me and asked if I would sing at his third wedding. And I said, I'd be happy to, but don't ask me to write another song because it's not helping. And he said, no, I want you to sing the song you sang at my brother's wedding. Because I have sung at 3 of my nephew's weddings, 2 of my niece's weddings, 2 of my brother's weddings, my father's wedding, second, obviously, and 2 of my daughter's weddings. And the first song I wrote for Adrian, I also sang at my oldest brother's 4th wedding. So it is a family that likes to marry. But my closest nephew, who is like a son to me, and has lived with me off and on, he said, when I get married, I want you to write a song for me. And I said, of course. But he didn't get married till he was in his 40s. And he married a woman that he had gone to school with in Marquette. He was from Marquette as well. So they picked out a song, and I called him a few weeks before the wedding, and I said, Austin, don't you want me to sing more than one song? I'm coming all the way from Newport News, Virginia to Marquette, Michigan. Wouldn't you like more than one song? He says, well, you did write 2 songs for my brother. No pressure. So I said, let me see what I can do. And I called his mom, because I know everything about Austin pretty much. But I didn't know anything about Aurelia. And my sister-in-law, Deb, said, well, they did date in high school, which I hadn't realized. But it wasn't the right time for them. They had big plans. My nephew was a brilliant chef. And he traveled the world to learn chefery. And Aurelia was a trapeze artist in Cirque du Soleil. So they did have big plans. She's a shaman. She's a massage therapist, anything alternative she can do. But they both decided around the same time to go back to Marquette. They fell in love, and they wanted to raise their family there. So I said to Deb, that's all I need. It's a simple song. It's a tricky thing, coming from a small town, one that you love, but didn't really stick around till you were older and really knew the weight of that small town fate. You dated younger, but it wasn't right. You both had a hunger for a meaningful life. Who knew that the stars would align like they do? Now you're both so perfect in the things that are you. It was meant to be, nobody pushed you. It was meant for you to do all that you could do. Now we wish the best for both of your hearts. And here's a prayer that nothing in this life can tear you apart. You found each other through all of the tremors. Ah, that must have been the best night to remember. When you realized the bond that you hold, when you both knew it was time to come in out of the cold. It was meant to be, nobody pushed you. It was meant for you to do all that you could do. Now we wish the best for both of your hearts. And here's a prayer that nothing in this life can tear you apart. Can tear you apart. Now we wish the best for both of your hearts. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I have one more song for you. I appreciate you coming tonight. I appreciate you coming out for live music because it's still in jeopardy. And it is what sustains us as traveling musicians, so I appreciate it. And I want to give a big thanks and shout out to all the volunteers, all the people here at ACMA. Klaus, beautiful sound, thank you. I am glad to be back for the 4th time. I hope it comes around again. But they always have wonderful music here. So continue to support them as I know you do. My store will still be open if you need something before you leave. We'll go out on one more sing-along. Oh, I also want to mention one last thing about the music. I know a lot of people stream. They use Spotify and whatever. It's all fine. just realize that independent artists don't make any money from streaming. They don't pay us. We get a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny for like 500 plays. So even though you stream, and you have to, you can't put everything on your phone. Please remember to buy the music, whether it's digital or physical. Because if you don't buy the music, we can't afford to keep making the music. And I have redesigned my website so you can actually buy music through my website. So I get the whole $10. That's all I wanted to say. That's my PSA. So let's sing this together. It's in honor of today and No King's Day and all the days we have ahead of us where we have a long and hard fight, but we will win this fight. The words are, carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. When your seams are tearing and your sleeves are threadbare and your shoes are wearing from the road, when your spirit's too big and your heart's too heavy, for all that we've been told, carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. When the world seems shattered and our battles stitched up and the fighting nothing more than show, when our foe is cracked and our lives hijacked, we're all that we've been told. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Our lives aren't equal, it's just another sequel to a tragic tale that we've been sold. If I can't get married or I can't be married, I will deny pleasure evermore. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice as a goal, carry love in every fiber of the fabric of your soul. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. One more? Okay. I'll give you one more quieter one so you don't run into each other in the parking lot. But it is along the same lines. We have to hold each other closely. We have to hold on to the light because we are in very dark times right now. But we will come through. I believe in love and light. I am sitting in this circle with my humble guides, surrounded by the ones I love, protected on all sides, breathing out and breathing in, and holding all that's fine. Though the world around me shatters, I center on this time. For just one moment we are still, beneath the dark and the dreary. If we could shine a light so strong, we may not feel so weary. For just one moment we are still, beneath the dark and the dreary. If we could shine a light so strong, we may not feel so weary. Breathing out and breathing in, holding all that's fine. Though the world around me shatters, I center on this time. For I am sitting in this circle with my humble guides, surrounded by the ones I love, protected on all sides. Thank you so much. Please drive safely. Please take care of yourselves. I'll see you again. Thank you.